Hello viewers, welcome to CEC lectures. Myself Dr. Preeti Jagwani, Department of Computer Science, Arabat College, University of Delhi. So we are going to proceed further with our current topic, which is about Java's input output system. And in our previous lecture, we have seen, apart from this byte stream and character stream, we have also seen how to take input from the console, and that input was in the form of characters. So here today's agenda is about reading the strings, because we have seen reading the characters in our previous program. So today we will go with how to read strings from the keyboard. So in order to do this particular task, we are going to use the method which is known as read line, and that is a member of the buffered reader class. And let me help you recall that in the previous lecture, in order to read the character, we have used the dot read method of the buffered reader class here, because we want to read strings. So strings can be in the form of a line. So here we are going to use this function which is known as a read line. Now what is this read line, or the general format of this read line is, this read line is going to return a string. So that is why the return type is the string. So string read line, and this is we can say this may throw an exception. So we are going to write throws input output exception, and this is the general format of this method which is read line, and which is a member of buffered reader class. With the help of this buffered reader class, basically we can say we will be creating an object and the read line method. The program will read the lines of text and will also simultaneously display the lines of text until the word stop has been typed. Now this is basically similar to the previous program, in which instead of strings we have taken, or we have read the characters, and in order to signal about the stopping of the process, we have pressed Q. Here we will be typing the stop thing, and the main difference between the two is, there we were talking about the characters, here we are talking about the strings. We can say the class buffered reader is the similar thing. Yes, the definitely your the method which we are going to use is entirely different. So in order to read a string from a console, we are going to use this buffered reader class. So let us begin with the program, which says input.java.io.star. Class, whatever the name of class, here we have used br read line, so buffered reader read lines as it reads. Then public static void main throws IO exception. Then we have to use we have to create a buffered reader object, we can say, using system.in, and for this we have written the statement buffered reader br is equals to new buffered reader, and within the parenthesis we are supplying the input stream reader. So new input stream reader system.in. So this is the statement which we have used, and I have also explained it in our previous lecture, because in this way we have we can say wrapped these objects within one another. So there we have used a character, here we are going to use a string which is a variable str which is of type string, and in order to give a message to the user, we have written system.out.println enter lines of text and enter stop to quit. This is also a message which is going to be given to the user. So here within the do while, we have taken the strings from the we can say console with the help of br.readline, and br is nothing but the object of our class buffered reader as we have created it here, and br.readline, whatever is being read is going to be stored in this str, and then with the help of system.out.println str, this will be printed simultaneously onto the we can say screen. And how this kind of, as we have taken the variable as a string, the we can say spaces are counted as a part of a string. So, whenever you want to kind of stop, you need to we can say you need to, whenever you want to stop this process, you need to type the word stop. So, unless you type the word stop, it will keep on kind of taking the strings from the user. So, it will take the string from the user with the help of br.readline. It will be stored in the variable str, which is of type string, and then it is going to print system.out.println str, unless or we can say while str not equals to stop, which is being written as the symbol of not str dot equals stop. This is the kind of we can say one method of your string, which is going to compare this str variable along with whatever is being written inside the bracket of equals, and here which is written as a stop. So, this process will go on till user is going to type stop, or till the system is going to have a string which is stop. So, if we can run this program, then we will be looking into whatever lines of text we are going to type, those lines of text will be kind of we can say printed onto the screen, and whenever you want to quit, then type stop. Now, here when we have started dealing with console inputs or reading from the console inputs, we have seen the input in the form of characters, and within the previous program we have also seen input in the form of strings. Now, our next program demonstrate creation of a very little, a very tiny text editor, a very simple I am just calling this program as a little text editor, because it creates an array of a string, not a single string, but an array of string objects, and then it reads in lines of text. Each and every line of text is stored inside that array of strings, and it will read up to 100 lines or until you enter stop, whichever is we can say earlier, because the limit of this array, as I am talking about the array, the size of the array is 100. So, either it will read up the 100 lines or till whenever you say stop. So, this tiny editor, how are we going to make this tiny editor, or what kind of changes we are going to do into this? Let us see with the help of a program. So, here we have import java.io.star, our mandatory kind of we can say statement. Then within the class we have public static void main string args throws IO exception, and this is something we have discussed sometimes by now. Now, we have created a buffered reader using system.in, as we have created in our previous examples, which says buffered reader br equals to new buffered reader, and within the bracket new input stream reader system.in. So, this whole statement explains that whatever is kind of coming from this particular system.in that is being kind of attached, or that is being kind of feed into this buffered reader, and in order to catch the, or in order to store the variables, we have an array of string objects. So, a string here in Java is basically a complete class. So, a string str, and within the parenthesis we have given is as new string 100. Now here you must be wondering that if it is an kind of if it is a data type, then why we have used this new string, because here this string is being treated as a class, and we have kind of by this statement string str parenthesis or the bracket equals to new string 100, we have created an array of 100 objects of the type class string, and then we have we have given two simple messages to the user in order to keep him informed that you enter the lines of text, and whenever you want to stop you need to press or you need to type quit. So basically now we do not have one specific str, instead we have a kind of, we can say, an array of 100 such strings. So here we are going to take that read line which is there to read the string into the input. So inside a for loop which is running 100 times, and if any kind of user has pressed or user has typed stop, then it is going to be break. So this loop will go like this. This is going to be very simple in order to code that for int I equals to 0, I less than 100, I plus plus str of I is equals to br dot read line, and this is a simple kind of a loop in which we are reading one string and storing that into the first member of the array str, then we are reading the second one because this is going in a loop, and if at any point of time stop is being typed, we need to break. So in as we have written break will ensure that the control will come out of this for loop. So if str dot I dot equals stop, then we need to break, and the usage of equals I have just explained in the previous program that it will compare the two kind of, we can say, instances of the str, one here which is one is str I and another one is stop. And then this is the loop which is responsible for taking the input, either kind of 100 strings or till when till you have typed stop, and then we need to display or we need to print these lines onto the system. So it is going to be very simple. That means we have 100 kind of members of an array, and we need to print them one by one onto the screen. So a very simple loop will be there which says for int I is equals to 0, I less than 100, I plus plus. If str of I dot equals stop, then you need to break it, else you need to or in other situation you need to print it. And in order to print, we have just used system dot out dot println str of I, which is kind of, we can say, this kind of loop we have we must have used so many times in our programming sessions till this time. So we have taken these strings from the user in br.readline, and then we have kind of stopped these we have printed these lines. So this is going to be I have taken a sample run here which says enter lines of text and enter stop to quit. Now someone has written this is line 1, this is line 2, and whatever you want to write, and then type stop, and in order whenever you have typed stop, so just after that the message will be given as here is your file, and whatever you have been written you were being writing in the file till stop, all will be kind of printed, which is here as in this sample run. This is line 1, this is line 2, and Java makes working with strings easy. Java create string objects and whatever you want to. So we have kind of created text editor kind of facility, we can say. So here in this program, here in this lecture, till this point we have seen two things. One is to kind of the usage of read line in order to read the strings from the we can say console. For characters we have seen in our previous programs, and then using that read line inside a loop, so that kind of a text editor kind of a facility can be created, that we have seen in our previous program. So, that was about actually reading the console input, and now we will go into how to write the console output. Now, with this when we talk about writing the console output, that means we are essentially talking about printing something on the screen, and this printing something on the screen is not new to us. We have always used the two methods. One is the print method, another one is the print ln, and we have most easily kind of accomplished this task of writing the console output with this print and print ln. Now, I will drill down into this whole process, and we will look for some other methods of writing console output apart from this print and print ln. So, these two methods, print and print ln, are defined by the class print stream, and this print stream is actually a type of object referenced by system.out. So, we always write it at system.out.println. So, even though your system.out is a byte stream, using it for any simple program or simple output is acceptable. So, we have never kind of we can say typecasted our output into any different type before printing it on the screen, because system.out is a byte stream, but even it is kind of acceptable to use it for the simple program output, because the print stream is an output stream derived from the class output stream with its O and S capital, and it also implements the low level method write. So, apart from print, we have one more method which is write. So, write can also be used to print or write anything you want to send to the console. So, in order to read from the console, we have used read method, and then we have used read line method. So, here also in order to print or in order to write on the console, we have print method, print ln method, and we have also have the write method. Now, print and print ln, these two things we have we have been seeing continuously since our first program. But here let us drill down into the function write or into the method write, and its simplest form, this write is being defined as shown here on the screen, which is void write and an integer we can say integer parameter is here. So, basically this method is going to write this byte value which is specified, or this method is going to write the byte which is specified by the variable byte val, and this method is not going to return anything. So, that is why the return type is being kind of we can say this return type is specified as void. So, the general form of the write is void write int and then an int kind of int variable here we can say. Now, in order to see the usage of system.out.write, let us see this with the help of a program. So, here we have class write demo, and then we have here our main method, which is public static void main string args int b, and then within the b we are going to store the capital A. So, the capital A as character, then system.out.write b, and then we are going to print a particular line by using system.out.write and within the bracket /n. So, basically what is kind of what will be the output of this program. So, here notice couple of things. We have not used any of throws IO exception, because write is something which is as straightforward as print. So, we have used system.out.print and system.out.println so many times, but we have not used throws IO exception because these methods are not susceptible of throwing exception. So, we need not to take care of them here. So, here also we have seen we have written integer b, and then within the b we have stored a character a. So, what will be stored in b will be actually the value, the integer value corresponding to this capital A, and that will be written on the, or that will be I can say printed on the screen. And in order to kind of change the line, if we would have used here print, then the method would have been kind of a straightforward. Instead of print we have used println. So, that means kind of a change of a line. But here we are not using any write ln. Instead we have kind of used system.out.write, and within the character a backslash character slash n, which signifies or which kind of which points towards printing a slash n or changing the line on the screen. So, this is going to solve the same method as the solve the same purpose as that of system.out.println. So, the couple of things which I was talking about is no throws input output exception. Then because the variable or the parameter which is being kind of accepted inside the write is the integer, we have used here b as the integer, and that b is kind of given inside system.out.write, and instead of write ln we have used system.out.write slash n. Now, this was kind of one more form of the write thing. Now, going forward we will be looking more into the class which is responsible for all this thing, which is known as print writer class. So, for some real world programs, the recommended method of writing onto the console using Java is through a print writer stream. So, as we have kind of taken console inputs through buffered reader stream. So, here we are going to write the console output using print writer stream, and print writer is actually a character based class, or we can say it is one of the character based class. There are many other, and this print writer defines several constructors, and one which we are going to use here in our upcoming program is print writer, and then there is an we can say object of the output stream, and then there is a boolean parameter which is flashing on. So, this boolean parameters will show that whether the flashing is on or not. So, the general format of this print writers constructor which we are going to use in our upcoming program is shown on the screen in the kind of different highlighted a different highlighted font. So, print writer output stream, and then the object of the output stream, then the boolean variable flashing on. So, output stream here as you can see is the object of type output stream with O and S capital, and flashing on is actually a variable, or is actually I can say a parameter which controls that whether the Java flashes the output stream every time a println method among others is called. So, whenever a println method is being called, if flashing on that boolean parameter is true, the we can say Java will flash the output stream, as it will not. So, print writer here supports these methods print and println, and they can be used with the same way as we have used them with system.out previously. And if an argument is not a simple type, Then print writer method calls the object to a string method, and then it will display the results, and flushing on, as I told you, is true. If it is true, then it will automatically, flushing will automatically takes place, and if flushing on variables is being declared as false, then the flushing will not be automatic. And in order to write to the console by using a print writer, we need to specify system.out for the output stream and automatic flushing. So, for example, let us take a line of code which creates a print writer that is connected to the console output. So, print writer, the name of the object or the reference variable is PW, is equals to new print writer system.out and true, and this is what the kind of, we can say, the general format which we have seen just now. So, in order to kind of how we are going to use this, let us quickly look into a program which says import java.io.star and public class print writer demo. Inside the main, we have created one reference variable of print writer named as PW with its two variables. One is system.out and another one is the true, which signifies that flushing on automatically is signaled as true. And then with this variable which is PW, or with this reference variable, we have used methods pw.println, and this println till this point we have used with system.out. So, pw.println, this is a string, then there is an I variable which is being assigned as -7, then pw.println of I, and then printing of a method, printing of a double variable d which is of type 4.5 e minus 7, which is in the form of its exponential form, and then pw.println d, and then by virtue of using this println 3 times, the output from this program will be this is a string, then -7 and then 4.5 e to the power e to the power -7, that means exponential number here. So, what this print writer has done, that it is kind of using this method println, and with the help of that method we have kind of printed this whatever variables we have there in the form of string, in the form of integer, and in the form of double, that we have kind of printed to the console output. And this is what basically we have covered here in this program. In this lecture, what we have covered is how are we going to kind of use the console input for reading these strings, and then we have developed a little tiny we can say a text editor in which that read line method has been used inside a loop, and then we have understood the nuances of writing the console output. Here is a list of references which is being used for the preparation of lecture. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for the patient hearing. I will see you in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Goodbye.